Deontay Wilder, the king of excuses. You know when back in the days when a wrestler's about to make his comeback or he's challenging for the title and he stands in some dark room and goes, you know what I'm gonna do to you when I get back into the ring? You and I, we're gonna go toe to toe. You're gonna go one on one with the great, oh please. Deontay Wilder, stop it now. Hi there guys, and welcome to another episode of A Dash of Sports, episode 29. I'll be your host and presenter Dashiki Dash, and on this show is where I talk about all things sports related, hot topics and trending stories. And if you like the previous episodes, then hey, give us a like, comment, subscribe. Also remember to press the notification bell so that you don't miss out on any previous episodes. And don't forget to watch this week's episode of A Dash of Sports Premier League review, where I'll be able to give you your roundups of results from all the games from last week. And oh yeah, one more thing, don't forget to share this. And on today's show, I'm going to be discussing all things combat related, starting off with the big fight from last weekend, Alexander Usyk versus Derek Chisora, as Usyk beat Chisora over a 12-rounder via points decision. So I'm going to be looking into the post-fight reactions and also what's next and who's next for both fighters. And then the next person I'm going to be talking about is Wilder, Deontay Wilder. He usually considers and refers to himself as the king of the heavyweights, but listen, the only king that I can see right now is the king of excuses. Can you believe he's come up with another excuse on how he lost to Tyson Fury? Now, I'm going to look into exactly what he's accused Tyson Fury of doing, but come on now. You've got to stop it now, man. Please, either move on or secure this bag and secure this fight, because from what I'm hearing, Tyson Fury possibly could move on from this third fight, and the likelihood is he might take on another fight, and I'm hearing it's Takam. So with this news now circulated, I'm going to be looking into exactly how Deontay Wilder is reacting to it. And then moving on to the UFC, as Dana White announces and confirms that the Conor McGregor versus Dustin Poirier 2 is a done deal. And also confirming that Israel Adesanya, the last Stylebender's next opponent, is going to be light heavyweight champion Jan Blachowicz. Two amazing fights that I can't wait for and to discuss here on A Dash of Sports. Alexander Usyk versus Derek Chisora, the Halloween fight that lacked, listen, let's be honest, man, it lacked a bit of fright. But as much as I'm disappointed that Derek Chisora didn't win, I got to give full credit to Alexander Usyk. Congratulations on your win. And let's see, man, let's see what you can offer to the heavyweight division. Well, Alexander Usyk passed his first major test in the heavyweight division by outpointing Derek Chisora and winning their high-stakes clash via unanimous decision. Ukraine's undefeated Olympic gold medalist and former undisputed cruiserweight champion answered doubts about his natural size by displaying his electric footwork and razor-sharp punch accuracy against Chisora at the SSE Arena in Wembley. Usyk remains the WBO mandatory challenger to Anthony Joshua, who watched from ringside and who he intends to fight in 2021. Now, this wasn't a hard fight to predict. If you go back to the previous show, you know, I predicted this, although I didn't stick to one prediction, but it pretty much played out the way I said it would. If Derek Chisora was going to win, he needed to have kept that same level. He needed to have been consistent throughout the whole fight. From them first few rounds that he fought with a high intensity, with a high press, really pulling it on him, because there was times where even Usyk was stumbling around from the power. He was really imposing himself. But to keep that up for 12 rounds, like I said, if it stretches to 12 rounds, then you're going to start seeing Usyk from the midway point onwards dictating the pace. Once he starts bouncing on his feet and using his footwork to get in and out, then it's over. Now, let me just skip to this point quickly. This is going to be the last time that I listen to David Haye. Either David Haye convinces us about himself, about one of his fighters, that they can do something. Now, I feel gutted for Derek Chisora, I really do, because listen, man, I'm not going to hide it. I wanted him to win. I felt like being a natural heavyweight, he was going to be able to take charge and dominate in terms of power. But yeah, he just come up short. So watching the fight live and then watching it back again, I can't agree with his verdict in saying that he felt like he won the fight. Yes, you imposed yourself in the earlier rounds. You claim that, you know, the heavyweight division is not about boxing, it's about, you know, putting that pressure on. But ultimately, you was losing rounds. And rounds is what you need if you're going a whole 12. And I was just relying on the fact that he was going to be able to bully his way through the fight. And actually, I thought he was going to knock him out. But unfortunately, that wasn't to be the case. So now, I'm still not fully convinced by Usyk, but all he can do is just beat whoever's in front of him, right? He's done the job, but I just feel like in the heavyweight division, like all the skills, yeah, I appreciate it, all the skills, the footwork, you know, the boxing IQ, yes, you need all of this. But if you're just relying on that in the heavyweight division, I don't know, man. How many fights can you really drag through 12 rounds? If you ain't got this, you know, if you ain't got these equalizers, it's gonna be difficult because the other heavyweights do have it. Now you could be fighting 6, 7 rounds, 8 rounds, and then boom, lights out. I just can't see Usyk going through a load of fighters in this division, heavyweight division, and relying just on the skills alone. Like 12 rounds of heavyweight boxing, it's not what you want to see. I don't want to be seeing a fighter fighting constantly 12 rounds. Like, man, we don't want to get back into those Klitschko, Lennox Lewis days where the fights are just going on for ages. Heavyweight boxing, 6 to 8 rounds, man. That's what we want to see. We want to see some explosiveness. That's what we want to see. Now, I'm going to go off on a little bit of a rant, just a little one, because man, I've just got an issue, a big issue in regards to how Usyk is being pushed through this division. Now, like, I appreciate it. Olympic gold medalist, yes. Undefeated at cruiserweight, just beating everyone, yes. But this is the heavyweight division. How can it be you fought like this sack of fufu, this bum, and then you go and fight Derek Chisora, and then all of a sudden, you are the WBO mandatory challenger. Let the guy fight a few other fighters, man, because there's fights out there. He can fight the likes of Ruiz. He can fight the Ortizes. He could either, like, how is it that he gets AJ, Anthony Joshua? Like, he gets him straight away. Now, hopefully it's a situation. I'm hoping it's more of a, you know, it's Usyk's next fight, but it isn't AJ's next fight. Because I don't want to see that at the moment. There's bigger fights for AJ to deal with rather than... I'd prefer to even see AJ versus Dillian Whyte part 2 rather than seeing AJ versus Usyk. Like, please, like, let's stop this now. So it seems like pretty much that Usyk's path has been paved, it's been set. He's got a clear vision on what he's going to be doing, maybe in his next fight or next couple fights. But what about Derek Chisora? After this fight, after this... More than a convincing loss, to be fair. What's next for Derek Chisora? Was that a career-ending fight? I don't think so. I think David Haye can still churn out a few more bucks out of him. But if he has to fight, who does he fight next? Now I'm hearing, I don't know if this has been confirmed or not, but I'm hearing that there could be a Dillian Whyte, Derek Chisora 3. Now the reason being is because Povetkin has recently pulled out from the Dillian Whyte fight due to the fact that he tested positive for the coronavirus, COVID-19, so he's not going to be able to make the fight. And where does that leave Dillian Whyte? And Chisora, is this fight really what you need right now? Because losing to Usyk, then losing, if you was to lose to Dillian Whyte, surely we're going to have to call it quits, right? Or maybe Chisora should just take a break, get a few tune-up fights, or even just go down that route of being the gatekeeper, man. Might pay well. I don't know, man. But let me know what you think. The situation is a bit mad. Like, everybody seems to wanting to fight each other, which is good. But let me know who you think should be matched up. Do you think that Alexander Usyk deserves to fight Anthony Joshua straight away? Maybe his next fight? Or do you think that Usyk should just chill, fight some other heavyweights first before he goes to the big time? And what about Chisora? What should he do right now? What do you think he should be doing? Should he take this Dillian Whyte fight? Or should he just try and take a few easy fights just to build up a bit of confidence as well, because it's not easy losing, especially when you felt to yourself that, he felt convinced that he won the Usyk fight. We all saw the fight, and my friend, you didn't win it. So should he take up some tune-up fights, or should he go for the big time? And if he does, he could be risking his career. Let me know what you think though. Put your comments down below and let me know. And now moving on to Deontay Wilder, the king of Moritz. The king of excuses. But is he still the king of the heavyweights? Listen, not in my eyes, not in my book. Now, I don't know about you guys. I really don't know about you guys. So you're going to have to chime in, put your comments down below. But if you are fed up with Deontay Wilder, please let me know, because, hey, I put my hand up already. I am fed up. How many excuses are you going to come up with? This is what you have to break down. Like whether or not this guy is actually telling the truth or not. Because for me, I just can't see where he's starting with all of this. Where does the truth start and where do these lies end? Because first and foremost, he starts off by saying, these are the flags, these are the red flags that you need to be looking out for. First he says, the suit was too heavy. Then he goes on to say that, the people in his camp are snakes, they're not looking out for him. He's gonna come out and tell the truth soon. He doesn't want to say anything right now, but the people that know, like all of these, I don't know, riddles and stuff like that. Then he's talking about how the gloves, saying that the gloves were tampered with. He's balling up his fists in the gloves are floppy. He's then gone on to saying that there's an egg weight in it. It left it in like a dent in his head. Like all of these excuses. Then, not finished, then he's going on to saying that his water was tampered with, like his trainer had tampered with his water. Look at the accusations, man. His trainer tampered with his water. Are you listening? His trainer tampered with his water, and that gave him the jelly legs. So hold on a second. First and foremost, you said that the suit is what gave you the jelly legs, and that the suit was too heavy, your legs were too like jelly-like. And now you're saying that your water was tampered with. Where is the water? If you had known, you would have kept a sample or whatever it was that you would have. I just don't get it. I just don't understand. Does a loss affect you this bad? Does losing really affect you this bad?
Bro, come on now, dog.
Come on, man. Now, I don't want to go through the whole statement because it was a bit of a long video. He was leaving all these kind of riddles and quotes and Bible verses and all kinds of stuff. It literally sounded like a wrestling promo. When back in the days when a wrestler's about to make his comeback or he's challenging for the title and he stands in some dark room and goes, you know what I'm gonna do to you when I get back into the ring? You and I, we're gonna go toe to toe. You're gonna go one-on-one with the great. Oh, please. Deontay Wilder, stop it now. Someone needs to be in his camp. Well, he's firing most of them. So I don't know what's happening there. And someone just needs to. He was better off just keeping quiet. Well, despite all of this happening, there's one thing that Tyson Fury is not doing, and that is waiting around. He's not hanging about. In fact, there's word that he's going to be looking to move on and choose his next opponent for their proposed December fight between Deontay Wilder and Tyson Fury. Because Deontay Wilder seemingly is showing that he's not going to be ready, Tyson Fury wants to move on, and the veteran Takam has been proposed as Fury's next opponent, which is a credible fighter, but once again, he's one of those fighters, pretty much like a gatekeeper nowadays. If you beat him, yes, put some stripes on your record a little bit. But if you think about it, all in all, Tyson Fury just needs an opponent just to keep himself ticking. Why should he wait for Deontay Wilder? If you're not ready, then you're not ready. If you're scared, you're scared. If you don't want to fight, you don't want to fight. I don't know the ins and outs. There could be a number of reasons why this deal is not working out. I'm hearing that it's Tyson Fury. Possibly could be thinking, you know what? The AJ deal is much bigger. So like if the Deontay Wilder fight is kind of getting in the way of that, I don't really need to take this fight in it. So I can move on. On Deontay Wilder's side, I'm hearing that, he's got this injury. Maybe he's not ready to, compete right now. especially the way he got beat in the second fight. He needs more time to prepare. He's been sacking all of his coaching staff. So, you know, Camp Wilder right now isn't the greatest. But listen, you're going about it the wrong way. Surely, like all these accusations of him cheating, do you think he's going to want to do a deal with you? He's champ now, man. He doesn't need to chase after you. He's got the belts. He can just move on now. He doesn't need to be hanging around. Now, my last thing on this, because I could talk about this forever and a day, and I would just be going on and on and on, because I just really hate all of these excuses and stuff like that. But my last thing, is Deontay Wilder the worst athlete, sportsman to come about with an excuse after losing? Is he the worst? Is there any worse excuse ever heard in the sporting world? Now, I used to think that David Haye's toe situation was really bad. I've heard teams eating lasagna that was cooked in a hotel and that cost the team's performance. I've heard my fair share of excuses. But Deontay Wilder, is he the worst? Please put your comments down below and let me know. And also let me know how you feel about this current situation regarding Deontay Wilder, Tyson Fury. Are they or are they not going to be fighting? And do you think that if Deontay Wilder is not committing to wanting to fight in December, should Tyson Fury move on? Hey man, there's a lot going on right now. But let me know. Put your comments down below and let me know. And now moving on to the UFC, where Dana White has finally confirmed that Conor McGregor will be making his return back to the UFC from his boog retirement. And his next opponent will be Dustin Poirier, which will be Conor McGregor versus Dustin Poirier 2. And this fight will be taking place January the 23rd, I believe. January the 23rd. Now, I'm not really... Man, I'm mentioning it, I'm letting you guys know, because I know you guys are fight fans out there, you want to know what's going on. But I'm not bothered about this, you know. I'm really not bothered. Like, the whole mystique and the whole euphoria around Conor McGregor has long gone. I feel like he's done it to himself. He's put himself in that position where we all know that he's not fighting to be the best. He's not fighting for the titles. He's purely fighting for the money. Now, when I say that, I'm not saying that, oh, fighters shouldn't be fighting for the money, but it's just like you're in and out of the sport, you're flippy floppy, you're crying about demands, you want this, you want that, while there's people out here busting their gut to really be the best, as well as getting paid, you know, there. Why not? You get paid for being the best. But Conor McGregor, man, your time is done. Now, the fact that Khabib has left a gaping hole in a division, now all of a sudden you want to jump back in. And this Dustin Poirier guy as well, like, yeah, I don't know. This fight is not really, for me, it's not a fight that's ringing out and saying, yeah, this is a big fight. It just feels like paper over cracks in it. Like, at the end of the day, the big superstar's gone. They're trying to bring in another superstar, and it's just not the same. It's not holding the same weight. But anyway, they're going to be fighting in January. Originally, it was meant to be set for December. It was meant to be set in December. Well, this is what Conor McGregor wanted. He wanted to fight in December. But Dana White turned around and said, nope, you can't change the scheduling. Not for anybody, not for Conor McGregor. So then they proposed a kind of take it or leave it situation for Conor McGregor. And I'm guessing they're paying him a handsome fee to make his comeback once again. But all in all, as much as he wanted to fight in December, I'm guessing January it is. And then the next fight that's been recently announced by Dana White is between the last style bender, Israel Adesanya versus Jan Blachowicz. Now that's a fight. Now you're talking my language. So Dana White confirmed that both fighters will be competing for the light heavyweight title next year, 2021. I believe maybe March times. Don't quote me on that. I believe it's around that time, March. So it's going to be very interesting to see. Blachowicz recently tweeted, I've heard that Israel Adesanya wants to face me next. No problem. If you are ready to fight in March, let's do this. Prepare for some fireworks, guys. Now, Blauwich is sounding very confident on taking on Israel Adesanya, and this is going to be a really good fight. A fight that I'm actually looking forward to. You see, when you're hearing these type of names, that's what you're looking forward to. Because you know both of them are going into this fight wanting to be the best. Like I said, I don't mind these fighters getting paid X amount of money. You got to get paid. But let's not focus just on that. We know you're getting paid, man. We know you're getting peas. But let's focus on who wants to be the best. Who wants to be the best? That's what it's all about. About the title and who wants to be the best. Now, the general theme today has been about excuses. I was going to hold out on this, but I have to mention it. You know that situation with Israel Adesanya where he had a bit of a lump on his pec? And obviously people were accusing him whether or not he was taking drugs, steroids, even to the point that it was mentioned the fact that, you know, it could be cancerous or anything like that. So far, from what I'm hearing, it hasn't got anything to do with any cancers or anything like that. So thank God for that. And, you know, whatever it is, hopefully he can, you know, rectify it, speedy recovery, and then he'll be available for this fight next year. But as of late, what I've been hearing, he's actually been giving us some more insight on what it could possibly have been. And he's blaming the swollen pec area for a bout of marijuana. I don't know whether it's smoking or rubbing. I don't know what he's been doing. Basically, the reason, the excuse, or whatever you want to call it, the reason that he had the swollen pec is because of some weed, some sick of weed. Ooh, weed. I don't know how true that is. Can weed cause lumps in your chest, your pecs area? Like, put your comments down below and let me know, man, because I don't know nothing about that. I've just thought that weed gets you high and that's it. But all this lump business, maybe you need to kind of inspect the type of weed you be smoking. But yeah, that's another excuse out there, guys. Or reason, or whatever you want to call it. You got lumps in your chest because you be smoking too much weed or smoking weed. I don't know. Is that true? Let me know, man. Put your comments down below. Also, let me know about how you feel about these fights. Conor McGregor versus Dustin Poirier, and Israel Adesanya versus Jan Blauwich. Which fights are the ones that stand out for you? Let me know. Put your comments down below and let me know. And with that being said, I'm going to leave it there for today. And if you made it this far into the show, thank you so much for watching. I truly appreciate your love and support, and also the views for the last video, episode 28. Thank you so much. If you've not watched it yet, I'll leave the link in the description so you'll be able to check that out. And if you need further information about future episodes or just your day-to-day sporting updates, come on, man, you know what to do. Go and check me out on Instagram. I'm also on Twitter, which is @sports. I'll leave it down below here, @sports, and I'll also leave the link in my description so you can go and check that out. And also, please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Smash that like button, comment, and help me get these subs up. And one more thing, please don't forget to check out my new episode, this week's episode of a Sports Premier League review, where I'll be able to give you all the roundups and results from last week's games. So until the next time here on the Sports, peace.